Alright, what's up guys? In today's video, we're going to be doing something just a little bit different than what we normally do on this channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the iPhone XR, XS Max. That's normal, but we're also going to be comparing that to the Google Pixel 3 that was just announced and is available for pre-order today. And for the hell of it, we might as well bring up Samsung and the Galaxy Note 9. Now, all of these three flagship phones by the three top major companies in the smartphone industry, in my opinion, are just a load of garbage this year. The entire 2018 smartphone industry is just falling apart. All three of these phones received super small and minor updates this year, but all have a much higher price tag to initially start off. So really, now that we have all three of these phones released, we can see the price and all the specs laid out on paper. Which phone should you guys buy this late in 2018 if you're looking for a new smartphone? Well, let's just bring up some of the major benefits of each of the main competitors. Samsung by far has the largest and longest lasting battery of all three of the smartphones. Now, the longer battery life is specifically with the Galaxy Note 9 that was just released a few months ago. Another major benefit that Samsung has over its competitors is it technically has the lowest price point, with the Galaxy S9 coming in right at $619 because it's been heavily discounted over these past few months because it is a super outdated, about an 8-month-old phone now at this point in time. Now, moving on to the Google Pixel 3, it's really hard to find a good selling point for this phone. It has the highest price point of all these lower tier budget smartphones, and really none of the major flagship features of the Samsung or the iPhones. Probably the best selling points, in my opinion, are that the Google Pixel still runs on stock Android, and it's available in two variations essentially: the Google Pixel without the notch and the Google Pixel XL with a notch variant. So either option, whether you like the notch or not, you have the choice to decide essentially. Now, moving on to the iPhone XR, this phone has received a ton of backlash and a ton of flack lately regarding its display quality, but in my opinion, it falls right in the middle of this lower tier budget smartphone lineup. It's not the cheapest, but it's also not the most expensive now, thanks to the Google Pixel 3. And for your price to performance ratio, you're really getting your bang for your buck for a price tag of $749. You're not getting an OLED display, but you are getting an edge-to-edge display with some flagship features like Face ID. So really, what can I say, guys? It was a disappointing year all around between Google, Samsung, and Apple. All fell short, in my opinion, on bringing a new flagship phone that's appropriate and is worth the upgrade this year. I mean, iPhone specifically, they did an S upgrade. It's a minor upgrade that a lot of users won't take advantage of. And Samsung blew their wad, back in frickin' March? And so considering their phones now at the end of 2018, why even bother talking about them? Google today, watching their presentation, holy shit, that was frustrating.
Are you trying to take one out of there? I would too. So we've developed a feature we call Flip to Shush.
What a useless upgrade as well. Like, in Pixel 3, I don't understand why people would even consider that. I was super excited about it. Really, it felt like an S upgrade as well. There wasn't enough difference between the Pixel 3 and the Pixel 2 to even consider it. And the biggest thing I was looking forward to, I guess, with the Pixel 3 was the price point. I was expecting maybe a $50 upgrade because the Pixel 2, just the regular size, started at $649. And I was thinking this year it might start at $699 to actually effectively compete with the iPhone XR. Now, a lot of people have been giving the XR some flack on other YouTube videos, other tech blogs, I guess, saying that the display sucks and a bunch of other crap about it isn't going to be worth its while. It's not going to do well. It kind of feels like an iPhone 5C. Man, the list goes on and on about why this phone is a terrible choice. But in my opinion, now that we have all the specs laid out, now that all the competitors' phones have been released, the iPhone XR might actually be the best smartphone if you're balling on a budget this year. Anyway, to give you guys a rundown, the Google conference today was just all over the place. I mean, within the first 10 minutes of the conference, they unveiled the new Pixel 3 and Pixel 3 XL, gave the press about 30 seconds to take photos, and then they put them away and went to talk about all their other bullshit Google Home products, like this smart display or some shit, and a new useless tablet that no one's going to care about. So, after about sitting through an hour and a half of just useless crap, they finally looped back around to the Pixel 3, and at this point in time, I'm like, okay, I might actually be interested in buying this. Well, unbeknownst to me, they actually went on sale right before the conference started. So, anyone wanting to buy a Pixel 3 or pre-order it already missed their opportunity. I just don't really care about the time frame, I guess. I knew a lot of people on this channel weren't going to be too interested in the Pixel 3, but at the same time, I just felt I had to make this video about how ridiculous this smartphone industry and this situation is getting to be. I mean, we have 3 major flagship phones from 3 companies, and they're all just super minor upgrades this year. Now, I was super excited to talk about the Pixel 3 as I figured it would be the closest competitor to Apple's iPhone XR. And its highest selling point, in my opinion, was going to be the price point. Again, the iPhone XR is priced at $749, but surprisingly to me, Google is now selling the Pixel 3 at $799. Now, this was just a huge mistake by Google, in my opinion, because anyone in the Apple ecosystem with the iPhone 8 or 7, or anyone looking to upgrade to a new phone, a new iPhone, or just a new phone in general, they might actually make the transition to the Google lineup and the Google ecosystem if their phone was competitively priced. But with the iPhone XR coming in at $50 less, I don't know why anyone heavily involved in the Apple ecosystem would make the transition to buy a more expensive, smaller phone that really doesn't have as many features. I mean, with the iPhone XR, you have Face ID, you have the edge-to-edge display. Sure, the Google Pixel 3 XL has the edge-to-edge display with the notch, but it also has an even higher price point, more so putting it in the lines competing with the iPhone XS. Now, in my opinion, really Google's best market is competing on the lower end right now of the price spectrum. And really, they priced their phones too high this year. It just is kind of ridiculous. Now, the Pixel 2 and the Pixel 3 do have some minor differences. The design has changed. There's a slightly faster processor, there's a second front-facing camera, and most importantly, the Google Pixel now has wireless charging. But in my opinion, this year is the closest thing I've ever seen Google do to what I like to refer to as an S upgrade. A very minor, subtle design change, really just a refinement of the Pixel, not necessarily an entire redesign of their phone. And with $150 price tag, higher price tag, I just don't know if it's justifiable with anyone having the Google Pixel 2 or an iPhone 7 or 8 really ever looking to upgrade or make the transition to this new phone. So I just had to make this video today because it was just ridiculous to me how much Google dropped the ball on their new Pixel lineup. I don't even think it's going to make a dent in the iPhone XR sales. It's hard to say why I would go for a Pixel, and I would never even consider a Samsung phone. Honestly, I am definitely involved in the Apple ecosystem and heavily biased towards that side of things, but I really was considering the Pixel 3 this year, and now after today's conference, I will probably not even be ordering that phone because it's just not worth $800 in my opinion. The price point is just way too high and there was not enough new features. So wrapping things up, what was the entire point of this video? 2 things. One, mainly I really wanted to share my disappointment with the Pixel 3. I thought it was going to be a lot better and have a much bigger upgrade and have still a lower price more than anything to compete with the iPhone XR. And that brings me to my second point. The iPhone XR is shaping up to be a beast of a phone for its price point. Anyway, I'm not really trying to promote the iPhone XR. I haven't had it in my hand. It's not released yet or anything like that. But I will be ordering that for sure, doing an unboxing, and I'll compare it directly to some of the Pixel 3 specs when that's released as well. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. Hope it gives you some insight on the 2018 iPhone industry and how flat it fell this year, because it just really, it's horrible. It's super minor updates all around from 3 of the top companies with their 3 flagship phones. Super minor updates and a huge price increase all around. Anyway, if you're looking for a new phone, I would highly suggest just waiting until the XR comes out and see the reviews on that. I wouldn't jump the ship to get the Pixel 3 today, and I really would never ever recommend a Samsung phone. Anyway guys, thanks for watching, but until next time, this is Tony signing out.